Hello, children. How are you all? Hope you're all fit and fine. Stay safe at home. Don't go outside. And now it's time for you to enjoy the Unit 5 prose lesson. And as you know, what is the name of the lesson? Yes, you're right. It is Water, the Elixir of Life by Sir C.V. Roman. Water, the Elixir of Life by C.V. Roman. What is elixir? Elixir is nothing but a sustainable substance which maintains life. That is called elixir. Before moving into the lesson, I would like to ask you some questions to you. We all love water, isn't it? Do you like swimming? I like swimming very much. Yes, if we get a chance to swim, we never miss that chance. Do you like getting wet in rain? That is, getting drenched or soaked in rain? When I was a small boy, I used to play in rain. My mom would scold me, but I never bothered about that. Playing in rain is a very magical experience. So we all would like the same. So for each and everything, we need water. So without water, we can't do anything. In the evolution of the world, God created land and water first. And also we know very well, earth has 3/4% of water and 1/3 of land. So without water, we can't do anything. Water is everything. Water is called divine Amrita. In this lesson, it says so. So here, author Sir C.V. Roman calls water as the elixir of life. As I said so before, elixir is nothing but a sustainable substance which maintains life. And the competencies which we are going to see in this one is competency number 901. Listens to announcements, instructions, read aloud texts, audios, videos for information, gist and details, responds by answering questions accordingly. And 903, communicates thoughts, ideas, views and opinions verbally and non-verbally. 919, understands and elicits the meaning of the words in different contexts and by using thesaurus and digital facilities. And about the author, before moving into the lesson, we have to see about the author because he is a scientist, we can say, scientist come author, which he has presented the lesson here. His full name is Sir Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman. Popularly, we call him as Sir C.V. Raman. He was born on 7th November 1888 in our native district, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. By profession, he is an Indian physicist and he is famous for Raman's effect. If you Google Raman's effect, you can find out it is a very famous effect. Famous science readers will know this very much. And the honors what he has got is Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award he has got. And he was dead on 21st November 1970. As he wants to give the importance of water, he just suggests many examples to give the importance of water here. He was standing on the bank of the river Nile. The river Nile was teeming with life and vegetation. On one side there was a desert, complete desert, dry desert, sand. But on another side there was perfect vegetation. Perfect vegetation. How it came? How it came? The question he asked to us. It's nothing because of river Nile. In fact, people say, history says, the whole Egypt is made by river Nile itself. So the river Nile is one of the best rivers, one of the purest rivers in the world. River Nile brings soil from the highlands of Abyssinia. Abyssinia is a famous place in South America. It brings a fertile soil from there and it deposits on the banks of the river Nile, so that it has formed as Egypt. Even though Egypt is a desert, it's a dry region, you can see the fruits of the Egypt. For example, date fruits and also coconut. Fertile fruits we can get from Egypt. The Egypt fruits are known for its good taste and nutrients. So Egypt is completely filled with the fertility of the river Nile. We can say in short, Egypt was made by the river Nile itself. Now he comes to our country. How about our country? Egypt is a faraway country, it's a foreign country to us. Now he talks about our country. Now we have to talk about the problems, the pros and cons of our country. How about our country now? The beauty of a countryside. First, he depicts the beauty of a countryside like this. Little streams in our countries, in Tamil Nadu, if we go to deep villages and all, we can see little stream trickling over some rocks and stones, and little ponds. Particularly if you go to villages, you can see little ponds made by men because to store rainwater, the storage of rainwater. Ponds serve as a best storage in villages and also in the deep countryside. Little ponds by the wayside quenches the thirst of the cattle. Do you know what is cattle? ஆடு மாடுங்கள்லாம், ஆடு மாடு மந்தையெல்லாம் ஒட்டுக்கா சேர்த்து நம்ம இங்கிலீஷில் ஒரு குரூப் ஆஃப் ஒரு 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 நவுன் சொல்லுவோம். அந்த நவுன் பேர் கேட்டல். இட்ஸ் கலெக்டிவ் நவுன், கேட்டல்னு சொல்லுவோம். தேர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த கேட்டல், குவென்ச்சஸ்னா தாகத்தை தணிக்கிறது. ஸோ ஆடு மாடுடைய தாகத்தை இந்த பாண்ட்ஸ் வந்து தாகத்தை தணிக்கும். The rain-fed tanks, most common in South India. So people build tanks, big tanks, they leave it hollow and empty. During rainy season, rains will automatically accommodated inside the tank. It's get filled up inside the tank. So people would get benefited by the help of the water accommodated inside, fed up inside. The rain-fed tanks is very common in South India. That too, if you go to South Tamil Nadu and all, you can see Tanjore side and all. Tanjore is popularly called as granary of Tamil Nadu. So in that areas, you can see popularly rain-fed tanks. But the sad thing he says is, now the rain-fed tanks are sadly being neglected in maintenance. That is a problem here. How we are maintaining, how we are giving importance to rainwater, how we are conserving our rainwater. You know, dear children, this is the need of the hour. And now we are in rainy season. How we are preserving our rainwater? That is the question he puts forth before us. Rain-fed tanks in South India are more common, but the saddest thing is they are not properly maintained. So he expresses his grief for these rain-fed tanks. So it's our duty to conserve water. How can we conserve water? We have to preserve the water in these rain-fed tanks. We have to maintain these rain-fed tanks well. We have to maintain ponds well. We have to construct rainwater facility in our homes well. So all these things make us to save our rainwater. These water sources play a vital role in agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of India. We know that very well. Without agriculture, India is nothing. Without farmers, we are nothing. Without farmers, we don't have any food at all. So we must give prior importance to agriculture. So if we want to give prior importance to agriculture, the thing is, we must only if we give importance to conservation of water, we can safeguard our agriculture. So without conserving our water, we can't do any magics in agriculture at all. So it's our duty, being children, right in this age itself, you must have a mindset that we must save each and every drop of rainwater. As it is given as a gift of God, we have to save the rainwater in a proper way. So these water sources, ponds, some little streams trickling over rocks and stones, and also these rain-fed tanks, so water sources play a very vital role in Indian agriculture. Next, it talks about the remarkable facts of water. What are the remarkable ரொம்ப முக்கியமான facts? What are the remarkable facts of water? What does water do? Water carries silt. What is silt? Fine sand. நல்ல வீட்டு பக்கத்தில் மழை பெஞ்சதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், அந்த தண்ணி என்ன செய்யும் அப்படின்னாக்கா அழகான அந்த மண்ணை அப்படியே அடிச்சுட்டு வந்து அப்படியே அப்படியே படிய வைக்கும். நம்ம பார்க்கலாம், மழை வந்தாக்கா நம்ம கிரவுண்டில் கூட பார்க்கலாம். நம்ம ஸ்கூல் கிரவுண்ட்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அப்படியே மண் படிஞ்சு 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 இருக்கும் இல்லைங்களா? தட் இஸ் கால்டு சில்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன். தட் இஸ் கால்டு சில்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன். எங்கே ரெயின் வாட்டர் அடிச்சுட்டு போகிறதுல வராது, மெதுவாக ஓடுற தண்ணியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அப்படியே அந்த தண்ணி கொஞ்சம் வற்றினதுக்கு அப்புறம் நல்லா அப்படியே படிப்படியாக இருக்கும், செடிமெண்ட்ஸாக இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் கால்டு சில்ட் ஃபார்மேஷன். So water carries silt. Now we saw about Egypt. How Egypt is formed? It is nothing but the silt brought by the river Nile. So as water carries silt, not only in Egypt, in our place too, water carries silt. Next, this silt results in the color of the water. If the silt is black in color, the water will be black. And the silt is brown in color, the water will be brown. It is muddy. If the silt is red in color, the water will be red. It results in the color of the water. Even now we can say, during rainy seasons, if we take our drinking water, it gives a muddy water-like appearance. Next, it carries large and small particles. When water gushes out, It carries large and small particles. Everything it will carry, isn't it? It will not leave out anything free. It will carry everything. The color changes from muddy red to yellow. Now it's a very beautiful incident he indicates here. The watercolor inside the countryside, it will be very muddy red or black, we can say. And muddy red to yellow, if it proceeds while traveling from countryside to sea, where river water ends, we know very well. All the rivers will end in sea. So during the travel from river to sea, the muddy red color of the water which changes to yellow while traveling. Then it becomes green, a little green. While entering just before the sea, it will look like green color. And finally, it touches the sea, it will become a fine blue in color. And next, he talks about an important soil, very fertile soil, which we too need for growing plants and everything. That is nothing but alluvial soil, a very important soil. If you look at geography or science, we can come across this soil easily, significance of soil very easily. Alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is found by silt, same. It is very fertile soil, he says. Normally, if we grow anything in alluvial soil, the plants will grow, it will yield very good yield. The flow of water. He talks about the flow of water. Soil formed by silt remains very fertile. Now, what is fertility of the soil? How can we get fertile soil? If the soil is formed by silt, by the river water, by the river or by the rainwater, if the soil is formed by silt, just like Egypt, it remains fertile always. Water washes away, causes soil erosion. And also, there are some small disappointments or some bad things because of water too. Because what happens here, water washes away, causes soil erosion. It not only brings good soil for agriculture, and also it will erode the good soil to some other place also. So if there is a soil erosion, there will be problem in vegetation. So soil erosion should be completely prevented. Heavy rainfall. The next one, heavy rainfall too causes soil erosion. If there is a very heavy rainfall, soil will completely erode away. So it will result in soil erosion. Soil erosion results in cutting up of land. Cutting up of land. You can see in this picture, if more soil erosion happens, the land will break up into pieces itself. We can see, அப்படியே வெடிச்சு இருக்கும். அது எப்படின்னாக்கா வெறும் வெயில்ல நம்ம நினைச்சுக்க வேண்டாம். நிறைய மழை வந்து அந்த சாயில் என்ன இருக்குன்னா ரெண்டா பிரேக் ஆயிரும். So it is because of water this happens. Formation of gullies and ravines. You can see if you Google for images of gullies and ravines, you can find the photos. So gullies and ravines. Regular soil erosion results in gullies and ravines. Even in our area we can see in some places, particularly in mountainsides we can see. Slope of plants. Removal of vegetation causes soil erosion. Next, slope of lands. If the land is slope, for example, take mountain areas like Ooty, Erkard, we can say something like that. In mountain areas, if there is a slope of land, the soil erosion will definitely occur. If rainwater comes, it will erode away beautiful fertile soil and it will deposit down. So it there causes soil erosion. And removal of vegetation also. If there is no vegetation, if there is vegetation, more plants and more trees are there, it will prevent soil from going down. But if the land is plain without any vegetation, it causes soil erosion. So it's our duty to plant trees and plants. So if there is more vegetation, soil will be preserved. It is our duty in our hands that we have to preserve soil erosion. God has gifted, nature has gifted everything for us. Soil, good water, everything. And it's in our hands to preserve our water and also to prevent soil erosion. Now, how to prevent soil erosion? Now, terracing of lands. Terracing of lands. What is terracing of lands? If you go to mountain regions, if you suppose for say tea cultivation, coffee cultivation, they will terrace the lands. It will be like step-by-step process. The nature itself, it looks like a slope. So it will be a step-by-step process. So they will plant in the terraces. They will vegetate, they will cultivate in the terraces. So simultaneously soil erosion will be prevented. So there will be a fertile yield will be there. And next one, construction of bunds. Construction of bunds. What is construction of bunds? It is nothing but தடுப்பு அணை. நம்ம ஏரியாவில் கூட பார்க்கலாம், ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன கால்வாய் போகுது அப்படின்னாக்கா ஒரு குட்டி டேம் மாதிரி கட்டியிருப்பாங்க, ஒரு செவர் மாதிரி கட்டி தடுத்து வச்சிருப்பாங்க, ஜஸ்ட் டு ப்ரிவென்ட் வாட்டர். அண்ட் டியூரிங் ஃபெமைன்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் பஞ்சம், டியூரிங் ஃபெமைன் and also in need of the time, they will take water from that one. They will use water from that bunds. Construction of bunds, as you see in this picture now. Next, practice of contour cultivation. Contour cultivation. So you must know the difference between terrace cultivation and contour cultivation. What is terrace cultivation, contour cultivation? Terrace cultivation is nothing but the land will be natural. In that natural land, we cultivate that without the soil being wasted. சாய்வாக இருக்கிற ஒரு லேண்ட் நிலப்பகுதியில் கல்டிவேட் பண்ணியிருப்போம். அங்கே கல்டிவேட் பண்ணி அங்கே இருக்க சாயில்லாம் கெட்டு போகாமல் கீழே போகாமல் பத்திரமா பார்த்துக்கணும். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் டெரஸ் கல்டிவேஷன். கான்டர் கல்டிவேஷன் மீன்ஸ் we create slopes. டெரஸ் நம்மளே ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவோம், மேன்மேட் திங். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், த பெஸ்ட் திங் வி கேன் சே, நம்ம வீட்டில் படிக்கட்டு இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா, அது வந்து கான்டர் கல்டிவேஷன். நம்மளே என்ன பண்ணுறோம், மேலே ஏறுறதுக்காக நம்ம என்ன செய்கிறோம் அப்படின்னாக்கா படிக்கட் போடுறோம். ஸோ மெதுவாக நம்ம ஏறி போகிறது ஈஸியாக. தட் இஸ் கால், இட் இஸ் அ பெஸ்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் கவுண்டர் கல்டிவேஷன். டெரஸ் கல்டிவேஷனுக்கு ஒரு பெஸ்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும், நம்ம வண்டி மேலே ஏற்றுறோம் இல்லைங்களா, ஒரு ஸ்லோப் போட்டிருக்கோம், நம்ம அதில் ஏறினாக்கா வண்டி ஈஸியாக ஏறிக்கும். தட் இஸ் கால் டெரஸ் கல்டிவேஷன். ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்கிறேன் உங்களுக்கு நான். ஸோ we can now, students, I think you can understand this very well. So contour cultivation is made by artificial cultivation made by man. Men make terrace on the side slopes and we cultivate plants and vegetation over there and we get a good yield. And next, planting right vegetation. This is a very important thing. Planting right vegetation. For example, we can't plant apple tree here in our place and we can't have mango tree in Kashmir, isn't it? So we have to plant right vegetation. Which plant will come here? Which plant will sustain here? So we must have that adequate knowledge of that one. So practicing the right vegetation also prevents the soil erosion. So the points of soil erosion, what we are seeing here is terracing of lands, number 1, and number 2, construction of bunds, number 3, practice of contour cultivation, and number 4, planting right vegetation. And next, here comes conservation of water. How to conserve water? Already we have seen in South India and itself, we can see rain-fed tanks and also ponds. Water is the basis of life. Even in our human body, we can say, in science you might have read, 70% of human body contains water. I know you know this well, isn't it? Am I right or not? Yes. 70% of human body contains water. Without water, human being, I can't stand here. So if I want to stand here, if I want to do any work, I need some water in my body. So 70% of water is must for a human being to carry out his works. Human body contains water, so as plants and animals. Not only human bodies, plants and animals also contains water. Even blood is mixed with water. Blood contains water. So without water, there is no life. That's why the author called it as elixir, a divine amrita. Next, apart from the artesian wells, what is artesian wells? You know, bore போடுறோம், that is called artesian wells. Rain water is the ultimate source. நம்ம வீட்டில் போர் போடுவோம், நிறைய பேர் சொல்லி கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம் நம்ம இல்லைங்களா, எங்கள் வீட்டில் போர் வத்திடுச்சு, எங்கள் வீட்டில் போரில் தண்ணி வர்றதில்லை, சம்மர் ஆனால் எங்கள் வீட்டில் போரில் தண்ணி வராது அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க இல்லைங்களா. ஸோ போர் வெல்ஸ் கெட் ட்ரை நார்மலி. Why it is? Because the only thing is we are not saving rainwater. We are not conserving rainwater. So rainwater is the ultimate source. So we have to preserve rainwater. Not only that, our government insists regularly that each house must equip rainwater harvesting plant in our house so that we can conserve water. So we must, at any cost, we must preserve rainwater. If we preserve every drop of rainwater, our artesian wells will not become dry. We will be getting rainwater or borewell water all the 365 days. So it's in our hands to preserve water. Conservation of water and its uses. What are its uses? Adoption of techniques helps preventing soil erosion and helps conserving water as well. Many techniques, for example, construction of dams. Just now we saw about construction of bunds. For a small stream, we can construct bund. For a big river, we cannot construct bund. So there should be a dam. So construction of big dams. What are the dams you know? Come on, say some famous dams in Tamil Nadu. For one of the dams, I say Mettur Dam. It is in Salem. So one of the famous dams. And many dams are there. Hirakud, Bakranangal, those are in North India. So many dams are there. So construction of dams helps preventing soil erosion and helps conserving water as well. Rainwater mostly runs to waste. But rainwater, saddest thing you know, rainwater mostly runs to waste and it enters into the ditch. Even in our places we can see, rainwater will go vain. It is very sad to see that too. நம்ம வீட்டு மொட்டை மாடிலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா மாடியில் இருக்கிற தண்ணி நேராக கீழே போகும், டிச்சில் போய் ஜாயின் ஆகும் இல்லைங்களா. ஸோ வி ஷுட் நாட் டூ திஸ் ஒன். இஃப் வி கலெக்ட் ஆல் த வாட்டர் அண்ட் ஜஸ்ட் மேக் a rainwater harvesting plant, and if we make the water to go down the earth, definitely we will get the benefit of the water. So rainwater mostly runs to waste, a great problem for us. It is enough for us, for our Indian people, for our Tamil people of Tamil Nadu, if we say save rainwater by all aspects. Systematic planting of suitable trees. I already mentioned we have to plant suitable trees. For example, in mountain areas we can see coniferous trees, eucalyptus we can see, and some sort of other ailment trees. The leaves will be like cone and the trees will be like a cone. So coniferous trees we can see. Civilized forest, the need of the hour. What is civilized forest? We know forest. What is forest? Card. What is civilized forest? Civilized forest is nothing but a man-made forest. Civilized forest is nothing but a man-made forest. மனுஷனால உண்டாக்கப்பட்ட காடு இன்னைக்கு நிறைய இடத்துல இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா. சாங்சுரிஸே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் முதுமலை என்றால் இட்ஸ் டைகர் ரிசர்வ். Tigers will wander freely, but it is made by man. It is not a natural sanctuary. It is made by man itself. Likewise, civilized forest, man-made forest. Many people, many areas, people are constructing, even government forces, encourages people to construct civilized, to make civilized forests. The need of the man says, the author says. Next, boats and barges, the cheapest means of transport. Here, cheapest means of transport with the help of water. What are the transport we can do? For example, what types of transport we know? Road transport, buses, lorries, other vehicles. Air transport, aeroplanes. And next one, water transport. If you want to transport a very big thing, a very bulky goods from one country to another country or from one place to another place, we need ships and boats. Ships and boats. Kerala, best example. Have you gone to Kerala? It's a beautiful place. If you go to Kerala, the main mode of transport for them is boats and barges, because more rivers will be there, small streams, then places will be there. So if you want to go to one place to another place, they will prefer boats. Boats will be at hand for them. So boats and barges, cheapest. And also not only that one, air transport is very costly, very swift and very costly also, but boats and barges are very cheapest modes of transport. So we can adopt this one also, but for everything we need water. Rainwater should be collected, then only we can use these types of transports. And next one, hydroelectric power from water. These are the uses of water we are seeing. Hydroelectric power from water. What is hydroelectric power? நம்ம டேம்ஸ்ல இருந்து கரண்ட் எடுக்கிறாங்கன்னு சொல்றாங்க இல்லைங்களா, கரண்ட் எடுக்கிறாங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு we can generate electricity by two types. One is generally two types. One is thermal power. ஹீட் கோலை நல்லா சுட வச்சு ஆவியாக்கி அதுலேருந்து எடுக்கிற கரண்ட் ஒன்று. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் வாட்டரை கஷ் பண்ண வச்சு அதில் டைனமோ ரொட்டேட் பண்ண வச்சு அதுலேருந்து எடுக்கிற வாட்டர். ஈவன் இன் மேட்டூர் டேம் they generate hydroelectric power. So hydroelectric power from water. Only if we have water in the dam, we can generate hydroelectric power. So it is our duty, our prime duty, to collect water, to preserve water, to conserve water. So each and every one, students, you too should conserve, should have a big mind, should have a wide knowledge how to preserve and conserve water. Yes, children, now it's question time. I'm going to ask you the meanings. The first one, elixir. Option A, substance believed to maintain life. Option B, substance used to conserve water. Option C, substance used to construct dams. The answer is A, substance believed to maintain life. Second one, teeming. A, teasing. B, abundantly filled. C, accidentally called. And the answer is B, abundantly filled. Next, trickling of water. The options are A, to walk fast, B, to flow slowly, and C, to write neatly. And the answer is option B, to flow slowly. And now children, it's time for you a listening activity. Now, I'm going to read a passage for you. Listen the passage carefully. I'll ask you some 3 or 4 questions, so you have to answer it. Servant Cullis Suzuki was born in November 30, 1979 in Vancouver, British Columbia. At the age of 12, she raised money to attend the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. She presented environmental issues from a youth's perspective. It's time for you for the questions. Now listen. Question number 1. When and where was Suzuki born? The answer is Suzuki was born in November 30, 1979 in Vancouver, British Columbia. Second question. What did she attend? She attended the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. The first question. What, according to the writer, is the real elixir of life? Yes, the answer is water. Second question to you. What does the writer compare water in a landscape to? The answer is to the eyes in a human face. How eyes are important to us. Eyes are beautiful part in our face. So here, how eyes are important to us, the writer compares water in a landscape to the eyes of the human face. Yes, next one. Question number 3. How does prevention of soil serve a double purpose? The answer. Adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve water. So adoption of techniques and preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve water. So very good children, hope you understand very well. So if we do all these things, we can save our water and also we can save our earth, we can save our natural vegetation, we can save our human being and whatnot, everything. So dear children, it's in your hands. It's in your hands to save water. You are the future of India. You are the future pillars of India. So dear children, now right from today onwards, you must have a keen interest, you must have a wide knowledge in saving water. Of course, go tell your parents to install rainwater harvesting plant at your house today itself. Of course, you all will do, and I hope you all have enjoyed this lesson. Thank you so much.